Ladies and gentlemen, the American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show, sponsored by Deters Consulting, Park Shoga, our newest sponsor, Top Shine Detailing. Get your car detailed at Top Shine. All right, impeachment inquiry. The House passed an impeachment inquiry. They can now do some things, subpoena some records apparently they couldn't otherwise get. And I'm telling you right now, this is Joe Biden's worst nightmare. He is already down in the polls. And this involves crimes, baby, serious crimes. And the bottom line is he's going to sink further. Joe Biden's presidency is nearing the end. And remember, I've called this before anybody did, long ago. He's going to resign, not run again, pardon Hunter, pardon himself, pardon all the family members, and go out the door in shame. All right, Hunter's press conference. He doesn't show up to do the deposition. Instead, he goes to the Senate side and he does a statement. And I'll tell you what's really remarkable about this. Apparently, it's a crime, or because it's contemptuous at least. What cracks me up is the people that are out there with Hunter. They're all saying it's all okay. And he plays the addiction card. Really? An addiction means it's okay for you to take grifting and bribes money from foreign countries that goes in the pockets of all your family members and your dad? Really? Sorry, Hunter. This guy is disgusting. And he goes out there and reads a statement, which is a joke. All right, Trump gets a pause on his court proceedings. It's good news. It's another thing I called. Way before everybody else. What did I say? None of these cases are going to go to a trial before the election because of all the procedural nightmares. You have all these pundits saying, national pundits saying he's going to go to jail. No. All these national pundits saying it's going to go to trial. No. I'm the one, before any of them said, none of these are going to go to trial. You listen to me, folks, you'll be wiser. Pfizer lost 12.9. Let's call it 13. $13 billion. Why? Oh, poor Pfizer. After making all the freaking money that they made, the old COVID vaccine's a bust. China hacking is serious. I watched a movie last night about a cyber attack. I forget what the movie is called. It's got Ethan Hawke, Julia Roberts in it. But it was about what would happen if there was a cyber attack. Kind of spooky. All right. 99% of Americans have less money in the bank than they did before. But the Dow, 37,000. Folks, I got out of the market when Biden was elected, and it was under 30 or something. And I said, man, this just doesn't make sense. See how dumbass I am? The manipulation of the market is just amazing. But folks, this is it's got to crash sooner or later. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I'm telling you, folks, this market is a joke. Colby Covington, UFC fight, wants to have Trump come out with him. Dana White says no, it'd be too much chaos. Russia's jamming our equipment that Ukraine is using. I wonder how, because they've got the info. Claudine Gay apparently is going to survive, but now she's under attack for plagiarism. This is, of course, the president of Harvard. Elected of color holiday party. This Asian American mayor of Boston, actually sent out an invitation that they were going to have a holiday party only for those people elected of color. Boston elected this woman. You're going to reelect this woman? Nothing to bring in race relations together than having segregated parties. Oh, what if somebody said, well, let's have a whites only party? The disconnect of these people. They're morons, quote Stork. Catholic priest was stabbed to death, but it was also found out that the Catholic priest had apparently stolen money, $120,000 from his parish. What the hell's going on? Crazy. Bill Clinton on Hillary Clinton. I'm going to say this. This is hysterical. Bill Clinton apparently in a new book said Hillary's campaign couldn't sell the P word to a troop train. Wow. Biden policy just keeps getting worse and worse and worse with his poll numbers. Marjorie Greene Taylor, you know what? I get sick of her. I do. I get sick of her. Do I agree with a lot of the stuff she does? Yes. But she's just too much. All the time. All the time. Hamas, Qatar, or Qatar, excuse me. They all left Qatar. All the Hamas leaders. We let Qatar host FIFA World Cups. We let Qatar do all these things. Qatar is the negotiator. Qatar, I tell you right now, Qatar is a terrorist country, folks. Harboring them all, financing them all. Capitol rioters are getting some possible relief from the United States Supreme Court, who's willing to take up some of the technical legal issues. We'll see what happens. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, the American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show, where we have lots of fun. Sponsored by Deters Consulting, Parks Yoga, Top Shine Detailing. Check us out on all the platforms. All right, this guy right here, can't make it up. John Deloney, 38, was convicted of aggravated murder on November 17, 23. He shot, killed Richard Evans in an attempted robbery. He escaped the death penalty and is given 33 years. Melissa Powers isn't happy. I can tell you right now, nobody else is happy. We're going to house this guy for 33 years. He ought to be put to death. The owner of co-owner of a Kentucky drug clinic, Christy Berry, her husband was the other guy, pled guilty in federal court. $800,000 taxpayer-funded programs scam. This guy, Greater Cincinnatian Brian Carr, is indicted for the third time for freaking rape, and this time of a child. This guy needs to be put to death. I don't get it. Judge Alan Trigg is going to be left on by Sharon Kennedy relating to a court appearance that he had with, and it's crazy, a case, that 3DC case that Robert Kroshkery has. And on the record, he basically openly said, that he was biased and blah, blah, blah. Kennedy's going to leave him on. It's insane. It's insane. I'm going to have more to say about Judge Trigg. It's unbelievable what this guy is, a completely out of control judge sitting on the bench. But the judges take care of their own. Those chief justices never grant writs to remove judges for bias. Never, never, never. Why? Because they're part of their gang. Regardless of political party. They're the judge's party. 36-year-old Kentucky man was arrested on child exploitation of a 12-year-old. Put the guy to death. An ex-Kenton County jail deputy has been nailed for sneaking dope into the jail. Isn't that wonderful? And how'd that happen? And local news, Cincinnati guns. Cincinnati City Council thinks that they can pass laws to break the gun. It's ridiculous. What they're doing is the laws are to hold gun owners responsible if somebody steals their guns. Blame the gun owners instead of the thieves. Beechwood secrecy. Northern Kentucky parents in Beechwood voice concerns of the school's handling of a social media issue. And you know what, folks? Beechwood is top secret. Why? Because they're in the perfume belt. The perfume belt. Fort Mitchell's finest. They think they're better than everybody else. And they keep everything secret. They got a lousy attorney for their Beechwood Board of Education, too. You know who that is?
Weiss.
Jeremy. There's no Republicans in any major city in Ohio, now that Keating's off of Cincinnati, no Republicans on any major city council, big city, Toledo, Cincinnati, Akron, Cleveland, Columbus. So when your cities are all screwed up, you know who the hell to blame. In Kentucky news, Massey blames inflation on the Trump-era CARES Act. Really? What about the bills that you went all in with Kevin McCarthy? Massey. By the way, just to let you know, Massey thinks he's fooling me. I think there's a good chance he doesn't run for re-election, and they're going to try this last-minute Savannah Maddox run. Hey, Thomas, we're ready for that, buddy. We have our own plan for that. GOP voted for Beshear. Beshear beat Cameron because Republicans voted for Beshear. Way to go, Daniel. Russell Coleman is meeting with Mayor Greenberg to see what they can do to Louisville. Good job, Russell. See what you can solve. State Rep Pratt from Georgetown is not going to run for re-election. Damon Thayer also represents part of Georgetown, is not going to run for re-election. Trigg County Sheriff, a lot of corruption apparently going on. Trigg's in the news today. They're going to bust him, they say. Andy for president. Good old Girth from Louisville Courier-Journal. Joe Girth thinks that Andy has what it takes. You know what happens with these popular mayors in these states? They end up trying to the next step and they crash and burn. The governor of North Dakota. I'm telling you, these. What about not ready for prime time Ron DeSantis? I'm telling you, folks, it doesn't work. They think they can jump. They can't. And Ohio has passed a law against trans participating in sports, males participating in sports, as well as getting sex change operations. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.
Hello there, you're watching Eric Deters World News. This is Jamie Spinley with today's headlines. Elon Musk's electric vehicle manufacturing company Tesla yesterday was forced to recall over 2 million cars, nearly its entire US fleet, after the US National Highway Traffic Safety Administration found the software governing the vehicle's autopilot mode to be defective. Tesla will now install software updates on its vehicles to ensure drivers actually pay attention to the road when a vehicle is in autopilot mode. An appeals court in Australia has overturned all convictions against a woman in prison for 20 years over the killing of her 4 children after scientific breakthroughs helped clear her name. Once called Australia's worst female serial killer, Kathleen Folbig continued to maintain her innocence, saying that her children had died due to natural causes over a decade between 1989 and 1999. Dozens of people have been injured in a wave of missile strikes on the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv, overnight. 53 people were hurt in the attack, including 6 children. Kindergarten and hospital buildings were reportedly damaged by debris, as authorities said 10 Russian ballistic missiles had been shot down. And at least 8 people had been killed in an accident on the outskirts of the Venezuelan capital of Caracas. A lorry plowed into several cars which were stopped on the highway after being involved in an earlier accident. One of the vehicles appears to have been transporting a highly flammable liquid. That's the latest headlines. Until tomorrow, take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to Sports Without Boundaries, where we do sports without any boundaries. Arkansas State 63, Arkansas State 75, Louisville 63. Tough loss for the Cards. I wonder how long Kenny Payne is going to remain. Texas's Malik Murphy's entered a transfer portal. He's not going to back up Ewers for another year, which means Arch Manning goes up one more. He's behind Ewells. All right, Ohtani can opt out. Get this. He can opt out if the Dodgers executives leave or Friedman leaves. They do you know what? I love the fact that Ohtani did a completely creative contract rather than the same old, same old. Being who he is, he was able to dictate that. $260 million in upgrades at Western Southern. What the hell are they spending that on? $260 million. I swear I don't get it. I don't understand this stuff. It's insanity. Giants lost Ohtani, baseball's claiming, because of San Francisco drugs and crime plot. He didn't want to play there. That he didn't want to be there. Wow. Draymond Green has been suspended indefinitely. I think his whole NBA career is in jeopardy. Judge sets aside the transfer portal rules. Everything stays the same for now. But wow, this could be interesting. Girls wrestling is now coming to Northern Kentucky. What do you think about that, Sabrina? I don't like it. What about you?
I'm not into it.
Me neither. Chicago Bulls are going to have a Ring of Honor, and those 3 right there, Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman, will go in at the same time. I wonder if Pittman and Jordan will be in the same room. Jake Fraley's daughter's got leukemia. All the best to her. Tyree rink walked into the football game the other night with a bag of McDonald's. Why not? Carb up, baby. And the Capitals might be moving to Virginia. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, Americans here in Bulldog Nation, we got a very short pop culture show today, sponsored by Top Shine. Taylor Swift's 34th birthday. She went out on the town in New York. You know what? Would you want to go out on the town in New York? These people with all this money do stuff that I don't want to do anyway. I don't know about you. Oprah Winfrey's admitted that she's used weight loss drug. And you know what? Who cares? And by the way, I'm saying that in a positive as it relates to Oprah. You know what? If you are obese and you want to lose weight and you want to use some help, get some help. I crack up that there's so many people that judge people, especially these famous people, for losing weight. They lost weight with the help of weight loss drugs. So the hell what? Who cares? More power to you, Oprah. Luke Combs is trying to make it right. A Florida woman got nailed for trademark infringement on him for $250,000. He didn't realize it was a fan. And good old Luke Combs is going to make it right. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Get your car detailed with Top Shine.